Get an update where we're at on this long, arduous journey on our head gaskets. So we left off taking the cab off, and now we have we've taken the heads off. We've got approval to do this job. A warranty company was involved, so it took a while. And everything looks good. Everything looks really good. The engine's really in decent shape. But it's got low mileage on it anyway. So, but an interesting note: we got the heads off. These heads have been replaced, which is odd. This is this block uses 18mm dowel head dowels. And if you get a replacement head, the heads are 20mm dowels. So these heads are 20mm, and the block's 18mm. So the guy looked up. He bought a truck with brand new heads. These things are in mint condition. Well, this has been cleaned. It's ready to go. It's ready to go back on the truck. And this head has not been cleaned. So got to clean this head up, and there's a tons of different ways to do this. Basically what we want to do is get it back flat, but we don't want to take off this finish. Maybe hard to see. There's like a record player finish in this thing, where it was decked from the factory, and it's a real fine tolerance because we're using a metal head gasket, and you don't want this thing wavy, and you want to take gouges out. You want to keep that finish on there. So we just want to get the dirt off of it. We want to get anything we can catch with our fingernail, and the blue gasket material. And so this one's clean and ready to go, but it still has the staining. But you can't catch anything. Even lint on a rag won't catch on anything. So this is nice and flat. We're not worried about stains. Just don't want any junk on here, any crud on here. So we're going to clean that off and shine it up. And you can see they had some kind of iffy exhaust manifold gasket on here, so we're going to get out off of there. And I'll show you. I'll set up the tools I use to do all this. It's nothing special. And it's a beautiful February morning. Gonna be in the high 70s, so I'll roll this cart, this little table on wheels here. I'm gonna take advantage of the daylight because it's kind of dark over here. I'll roll it over there where I can see really good with the natural daylight. Before we put the heads on, I'm also going to clean this deck surface the same way. Before we put the heads on, I'm going to take the opportunity to pull this oil cooler out of here. The oil cooler works, nothing wrong with it. It may have been replaced when they did someone did heads, but there's some aftermarket parts out there that don't work very well in these engines, and we'd be in bad shape. We put this all back together to find out that this part failed, a gasket failed or something. I have to take it all back apart. So I'm going to take the opportunity. We're going to pop that off and look at it, see what the gasket looks like, see if there's any trash under this cover, change out the screen inside it, and make sure the passageway back to the high pressure pump here is clean. So we have the opportunity to do that. We're going to take advantage of that opportunity. Basically, when I clean these, I just use a couple items: red Scotch Brite pad, razor blade, rag, and brake clean. In the past, I've used cookie wheels. Use it at your discretion. I mean, you gotta be careful. You can't go full gorilla on it. You'll just throw it in the trash can when you're done. But this has a pretty good rust ridge down along this back edge, and these items, they won't take care of that. This just will not bring that down. And all I'm doing was this. As you can see, this side's clean already, and then I just run my finger there's a little ridge right there I can catch. So I'll knock that down, and you can see where I haven't got to right there yet, and that's pretty heavy buildup. That'll cause your straight edge to wobble if you were to put it on there. So razor blade, Scotch-Brite pad, take the razor blade scratches out. That cleans that up, and I'll continue on down forming that. And then when I'm done, this back edge, I'll just take my whiz wheel and lay it on there and just take that back edge right off of there, but not mess with the deck surface. I don't want that to get, so theoretically the gasket and the head block won't meet up with that, but I mean, this thing can move around. Even on dowels it can move, you know, very minute, and that could get in the surface. That could get in my clamping area and raise this up on a microscopic level. We don't want that. And that cylinder's ready to go. Just rinse and repeat all the way down. I had opened the doors with the simple goal of letting in some light, but it simply did not work. There's such a breeze blowing. You can see how puffed up my plastic there, which is there to keep all the giblets out. You can see all these giblets falling everywhere. But look at the crud that's in this screen. Screen's intact, which is good, which I kind of knew it was because the screen on the IPR valve was intact. But man, it's just gummed right up with bleh. So let's give us a chance to clean this whole reservoir out. We can clean out of there, which comes into here. We can clean that out because the pump's not in there. And let's see what our gasket looks like. Gasket should be blue. So this is the replacement gasket, which is blue from Ford. And our screen is nice and brand new, so we don't have to worry about that. I should be able to flow some oil through it. And it's blue, so that's a good thing. If it were green, Dorman makes some kits, and there's some other oil cooler kits, and the gasket's green, the gasket just deteriorates, and then it clogs up that screen like we're looking at over here. Now I should clog up on green bits of gasket, and it'll go down, get into the pump, and tear open the IPR valve. Get our screen out. We've cleaned all in here. We don't want any giblets to get in here, because once they do, that's a direct feed to this hole right here. This supplies the pump. Pump pumps, and then supplies through the branch tube, goes over to that side of the head and comes over to this one, and it supplies the cylinder head through there. So we're all cleaned out, ready to reassemble. And one note is to clean the bolt holes out, because we don't want to hydro lock. Like this bolt hole is full of oil, but this one's empty. So in theory, we could send the bolt down. If we use an impact, it could actually, like right in here, if this were full of oil, it could actually break the block and hydro lock it. So we cleaned all those out, and now we're going to put the pump and cover in. And then we'll put this screen and the oil cooler back on. And then we'll clean the cylinder head deck, and we'll put the cylinder heads on. One of the good things about a Ford reman replacement pump is it comes with a new output fitting, so it's already updated to one piece. But you got to make sure you take all the plugs out. You don't want to leave any plugs in, or you will, the truck won't run and you'll be very upset.
La babouche est orientale.